Everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. And I'm back from vacation. I've been gone for the past 10 days or so, nice break. But now we're back with regular Bitcoin updates. So I'll be putting out Bitcoin videos every Monday and Thursday for at least the foreseeable future. So you can count on those. We'll try to do some more daily Chainlink updates. I know a lot of you that follow me are into Chainlink, so we'll do that. And then if you have any other altcoin requests, be sure to leave me comments on whatever videos you see, and I will try to include those either at the end of a Bitcoin video or the end of a Chainlink video, and we'll go from there. So I appreciate you watching if you do regularly. So let's get right to it. We'll start off on the Bitcoin on the weekly chart. We'll look at the bigger picture and do some analysis there, and then we'll zoom in with our daily. Go into our daily and maybe look at some indicators and see what's going on. But we want to always be paying attention to the structure of each candle, and then moving averages are going to be key, especially in the bigger picture on the weekly. So what do we have? We have the 200 week in the orange here. This is the SMA, so simple moving average, versus the EMAs up above here. The red is the 8 EMA. So those are our key that we're looking at right now. We're kind of approaching kind of a double band here, right? So we're a pivotal moment for Bitcoin. This week, if we can manage to close above the EMA 8, it's not simply that it's closing above the EMA 8, it's that it would be closing above the EMA 8 for the first time in a long time. Remember, these are weekly candles. So the last time we closed above the EMA 8 was our highest candle when we had our fake out up to 48K. So think about that. That was in March. Okay. So that would be very significant. Now, what else is significant is that last week, right, yesterday, we closed our weekly candle above the 200. That is also very significant. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks spent below the 200, which, looking back, is the first time that has happened in Bitcoin, which I'm sure you're all aware of. But so that is a big step for the bulls. Now we're going to zoom into the daily, and we'll see why that potentially is happening, and what's causing it, and why is that more significant than you might think. So we also have, this is just my personal alerts kind of area, right? So if we break out, these will be a little bit more clear on the daily when we zoom in. But around 25K and around 21K really are kind of my alert levels to start waking up, because if we breach one of those, it's more likely, right? The odds increase. That's all you have in crypto, or anything in life, really, the odds, right? So if we close above one of these levels, 25K or 21K, the odds just go up that you're going to follow in that direction. And I'll talk more about that when we zoom in a little bit. So I wanted to you really need to be paying attention to the close this week. If we stall out and we close another weekly candle, right, the odds are starting to increase that this is going to act as resistance again, and we want to watch out for a turnover here, kind of a roll here. So we have our down play, right, our fall down, I should say, right, and then you have this kind of relief, and then you maybe fall down again and make lower lows, right? Very similar to what we've been used to, right? This up and then this down, right? So we want to avoid that, if for the bulls, right? If you're a bear and you want to buy lower prices, then you would want to see a weekly close in 6 days, 9 hours under the EMA 8, and even better for the bears would be close back under the 200, right? Because significant, right? You want to have 2 confirming candles that would really greatly increase your odds of continuing that direction. But I can't tell you enough that if we close above the EMA 8, the bulls are starting to break the hinges down. Okay, so we want to watch for that, a clear of 25K, and we should make a nice move up to around 28, 29K. Again, this is not just this moving average. You want to look for a couple things so we have the 21 EMA, which is a huge moving average, right? You're probably all familiar with, and that would maybe that would take another couple weeks, right? 2-3 weeks even, maybe towards the end of August, but that would still likely be around that 28, 29K. So if the weekly candles continue to increase, right, we would look for, that would be massive resistance, not because the 21 EMA specifically even though that is a huge moving average, separating the bulls and bears, but also we have, these weekly kind of candle levels that we've been interacting with for several weeks. This is a month, right? So let's go ahead and zoom into the daily, and it'll be much more clear and evident of that level. So you can even extend that down to around the 28.5 level, right? A lot of interaction here, right? This is kind of a resistance zone. And then you have these candle tops here, right? And that's around, 31K, 31.5, so 28.5 to 31.5. At the same time, right, look at the arrow, right, untouched. That's likely where that 21-week line would be, which is coincidentally right at the beginning of that resistance zone. And then not only that, but you would have on the daily chart likely the 200 SMA probably going to be towards the top of that resistance zone. So a lot of confluence playing out potentially over the next 30 days or so. Month of August should be interesting. Now, if you're a bull and you want Bitcoin's low to be in, and you're ready for the next cycle to begin, slowly but surely, then you'd want to see us break through here. I don't know what the odds with that would be, but if somehow the Bitcoin bulls can manage to close above 31.5, above the 200, those are the things you'd want to be looking for. The odds would almost astronomically shoot up that the low is in, and we are trying to start a new cycle. Doesn't mean you can't go back down to 24K, 22K, but the macro level low for the cycle would likely be in if you can break through all of this stuff, right? If you can get above through all this resistance zone, the odds are against it, but the 200, those are the things you want to be watching for. And then, we could start cooking again. But I think the odds, at least for now, right, this is a huge level. 30 days of sideways, right, formed this nice resistance zone. But we are making big moves. And what do I mean by that is this rally is unlike the other rallies, right? It's unlike this, is unlike this, and this is much more structured. This has a great looking stair steps, right? Here's kind of the low, then you make a big move up, right? Then down, a higher low, another bigger move up, like a stair. Look at these, 1, 2, 3, 4 clear levels, right? We didn't really have that at all here, and here it was just not that structured, right? Look over here, right? So more sideways than anything, and then kind of a paltry kind of last ditch effort before being rejected by the 200. This is much more structured with higher highs, higher lows, and big clear steps up the stairs. This is what you'd want to see out of a powerful bull move, and so we're getting that so far. Now, what would the warning be? What you'd want to look for that where lower lows are maybe coming, right, is look for simply that, a lower low, right? So look for a takeout of this level right here, right? You'd want to watch for this. If we break under this low and this wick, right, if we close anywhere in there, that's the warning sign that you need to be watching for. So why? Because this structure is so well defined that losing that level, 21.3 down to like 20,700, right? If we're anywhere under here, we're probably in serious trouble, at least for the bulls, right? The bears would probably come back in a big way if we lose this, because this clearly defined structure would lose form, and that's the beginning of the unraveling. That's what you want to be watching out for to keep you a little bit ahead. So are we going to come down and test this and bounce, right? You don't want to do anything too early, right? This is why I have my warning sign here. If we come down here and this triggers around 21.9, it's not necessarily that level that it is make or break, but for me, that's where I wanted to be alerted if we start getting back in these tops here, right? See these two little peaks. So if we get back in here, we want to hold this with all our might for bulls if you want to continue up. We could bounce here, right? We're on the EMA 8 on the daily. We're on the EMA 50 on the daily. So we have a little bit of support here. So ideally, we'd like to bounce here and, make our another next higher high. That would be ideal. We could come all the way down to the 21, right? 22.5, still no sweat, no sweat. If we start to lose that, then we need to get a little bit more cautious because we're lost all our moving averages, right? Not a whole lot of support left. And not only that, but then you're looking at possibly putting in a lower low, which would be the first time in a long time. So that's what you want to be watching for Bitcoin on, for the next several days to even the next month, right? Through August. We'll have a much better idea over the next coming weeks. Looking at our indicators on the daily, right? We're gaining strength on the RSI. We're going up. That's great, right? We're looking good. So the strength is increasing. We're over 50, so we got a little bit of momentum. We want to be careful here because look at this high, and we got a slightly lower high. So watch for that. We really need to take this out. I really want to see, Bitcoin in the next, handful of days get above 62 to really keep this momentum going, to keep the strength up. So watch for that. On the daily stochastic, right? Our momentum's cranked out, right? You don't have to zoom in here. You can see we're up, right? We're up at the 86. So we have the pedal down. We're rolling. Not a whole lot of other readings there. Let's go to the weekly, see if we got anything better. Here, the stochastic. Now we've got a little momentum cooking, right? This is what you want to look for. Momentum to the upside with a clear shot. Rockets up, right? Now, one thing you want to be watching for is, look at these tops here, right? You don't want to continue this pattern with lower highs, right? That would signal that our momentum is fading. So what we want to avoid is something, like this, where we come up and then just, do one of these numbers again. So that would likely take us, back to lower lows because, look at the dates here, right? We're getting into Q4, October, November with, no momentum would likely spell, lower lows. So just watch for that. Ideally, right, we got to get back up here again to really keep this momentum going. If we want to see Bitcoin back over 30K and, literally flip the cycle back the other way to the bulls, we got to, get back up here over the next 30 days or so, right? You can see that probably looking at, early September, late August, we can get up in here. So watch for that. That's kind of a bigger momentum. On the bigger picture, though, look at the strength, right? We're trying to get going again. Eventually we will. But are we going to continue this, right? Just picture, go with me here. 2021. Here's the trend where we've been losing strength over strength over strength. So, and, until we're really up in here, flirting, trying to take out this top, right? We need to get back over 50. We need to get back over 53, really. And then on the weekly, we have that really defining RSI is kind of that 56 to 53 level, right? You could really kind of separate the bulls and the bears, the bull market, bear markets from here. So really, until we can get back above here, in here, above 56, right? That's likely when the next, bull market will be well underway, if we can do that. So that's what you'd want to be watching for in the bigger picture, right? We need to break the cycle and really kind of do something like this, going into, next year. Maybe even faster, right? This takes us into it. This is a year right here. So keep that in mind. If you want to do it faster, you can, right? We could do something like this. Get going a little bit faster, right? Something like that. Get above 56. Just make these higher lows and then completely kind of reverse this trend, and really get going by next summer. If we could do something like this, we're probably flirting with near all-time highs in the next 8-12 months, something like that. So watch for this. If we reject off of this, it really prolong the bear market. So bigger pictures, I get it, but that's what I focus on. Couple Bitcoin videos a week with more in depth. So hopefully you like that, and hopefully you'll continue to watch those bigger weekly updates. That's what we're looking for. So yeah, that's that, as they say. One more thing, a couple more things actually. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we'll start checking every video. 33, which is might sound abysmal, but we are trying to build some structure here. Get my picture out of the way here. You can see we're trying to form some nice structure, just like the prices, right? The stair step up the stairs. So we'll see. We don't have a whole lot of resistance really until, you start taking out these highs, right? We need to get above 60 really. So keep that in mind. Let's look at one more thing. Forex Factory, right? I suggest you check this out if you haven't already. I talk about this in some of my videos, but we have some huge events happening. It's the first Friday of every month. So Friday, the on-farm employment change is going to be huge. Can really swing markets, and the unemployment rate here in America can really swing the markets if these numbers are bigger than or smaller than expected. So this was last month here. Last month, 372,000 new jobs. This month, they're expecting 250,000 new jobs. And then unemployment rate is expected to remain the same at 3.6%. So it's not those numbers that matter, but say the unemployment rate is 5% instead of 3.6%. That would be bad, right? You need people working if you want your economy growing. So just keep paying attention to those. They got a little bit of. I really only watch the reds, so depending on where you live, maybe some of these events would affect you. So go check that out. It's just on the calendar. Forex Factory. It's a free thing, and then yeah, just that'll help you out. So let's get to quote of the day. Single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows. How sweet. Car of the day. McLaren 570S in yellow, solar yellow, the only color. All right, that's that. I'll see you on the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know a comment if you feel like it.